East Rutherford, New Jersey. The Oilers against the Giants. First quarter action. The hero on the day, Butch Woolfolk, the remarkable rookie from Michigan. 3-0 Giants. Nielsen in for the temporarily injured Archie Manning. Touchdown pass to Gary Allen, and it was 7-3 Oilers. They built that lead to 14-3, and we pick up with fourth quarter action. Little more than 7 minutes remaining. Scott Bruner with a good day. The stats show it, going to work. And of course, to Butch Woolfolk. This pass play, good for 26 yards to the 2-yard line, setting up the Giants' first TD. The Oilers led it 14-10. The Giants then held and got the ball back after only one first down by the Oilers, and Bruner to work again to Butch Woolfolk. Look at this catch, a remarkable spinning one-handed catch. Touchdown. The Giants led 17-14. There was still 2 minutes to go, and that stout Giant defense went to work. This sack by Lawrence Taylor, the third consecutive sack by the Giants. And so the Giants held on for a 17-14 victory. Then at RFK Stadium in Washington, D.C., the then unbeaten Redskins went against the Cowboys. 0-0. Second quarter. Danny White having a simply great day, hitting Ron Springs' touchdown. 7-0 Dallas. In the third quarter, it was 10-0 Dallas. And Danny White would go to work again. This time to Timmy Newsome, number 30, the young man from Winston-Salem, in for the touchdown. 17-0 Dallas. In the fourth quarter, it had become 17-3. Joey Theismann had a good day, having a tremendous year. And so is a fellow named Charlie Brown, wearing number 87. Touchdown, 17-10. And it appeared that the Redskins might come back. But with only 2 minutes remaining, White again, the handoff to number 20, Ron Springs, slant left, big hole. This guy was a track man at Ohio State. Touchdown, 46 yards. Dallas won it, 24-10. This Dallas team now on its customary roll. And next Monday night in the Astrodome, where the Oilers are always tough. Ask the Steelers. It's the Oilers against the Cowboys.
Ready to get the action underway here in the second half. Score 21-3 at halftime. This ABC Sports exclusive is being brought to you by Miller High Life, the best beer for the best time of the day. Welcome to Miller Time, and by Datsun, who invites you to test drive the exciting new Nissan Pulsar NX at your Datsun dealers. Both teams coming back out onto the field, and we'll be back with more action after this message from our stations. We have a few moments. Let's show you the scoring as it took place. Trailing 3-0, the Jets sent their rookie, Dwayne Crutchfield, over the left side. The rookie from Iowa State gets in to make it 7-3. The Jets over the Lions. And what a first half Richard Todd had. 17 of 22. 2 touchdowns, 287 yards, and this was one of them. Wesley Walker will be the receiver as Todd looks Fantetti, the middle linebacker, in the face. Very coolly gets it to Wesley Walker, who eludes Wayne Smith and races into the end zone. And while Todd was having a great day, so too was the speedster, the veteran from the University of California. It is again Todd, and this time Wesley Walker just blowing by Wayne Smith, who had himself a very busy first half to make it 21-3. But for a couple of missed chip shot field goals, it could well be 27-3. These are the first quarter stats, overwhelmingly on the side of the Jets. And now with the flip, it becomes even more overwhelming. 282 yards passing to 85. The total yardage, 341 to 144. And Richard Todd, who had his best day ever back in 1980, a 447-yard effort against San Francisco, is well on the way to getting those kind of numbers tonight. Pat Leahy kicks off, and Robbie Martin is deep for Detroit, takes it at the goal line. And just hammered to the turf. Hustling down there was John Woodring. So Detroit will have possession first. And their offense has been handled very well by the Jets defense tonight. They have, of course, the dangerous Billy Sims. But it has been all the Jets thus far. However, they only lead 21-3. It could have been much more.
Great play by defensive back Hunter. Cost the Jets a touchdown. Leahy missed 2 easy field goals.
Dexter Bussey, 24. Billy Sims, 20. Those are your setbacks. Gary Danielson remains the quarterback. Danielson, Billy Sims, in and out of his hands, incomplete.
Billy's disgusted with himself.
Any series of downs can be a crucial series of downs, but I think particularly when you go into the halftime, come back out, you see what the teams did. Sims comes out a little drop-off pass. Billy, we've seen drop a couple a night. He doesn't usually do that. In Danielson's defense, he's had a lot better help. I mean, he's had a lot less help than Todd has on his side. When he throws him, somebody's got to catch it.
Second down and 10. The battle continues to wage between Dorney of the Lions, Gastineau of the Jets. There they are, 99. And this time, down goes Danielson. It was Kenny Neal who slipped by Baldwin.
I tell you, he didn't slip by him. He blew by him. He was right in the middle of it, wasn't it? I was watching Gastineau, and Gastineau's pretty well contained, and all of a sudden, here comes Neal, and he just zipped right in. It's awfully hard. Man, they're doing a good job. Put that pressure back there.
Neal, of course, the defensive end. Marty Lyons on the inside. That time they reversed it. Lyons taken to the outside. Neal coming inside. The sack. And all the way back to the 11-yard line, the Lions. Third down and 19. Leonard Thompson in the game. Now number 39, a wide receiver. Again, pressure on Danielson on the screen. And Billy Sims drops this one.
Now be doggone.
They're looking to be hit. The Jets are hitting so hard that it's impairing the guys mentally, the Lions.
It's obviously a lack of concentration there, and that's what we saw them do the first half. You see, Danielson's come off. He's under a little pressure here because they say, okay, it's your job. I don't expect to see Monty put Hippel in. Maybe I don't really expect to see him putting it all day because I think he's made that decision to go with Danielson. So you got to make your bed, you lie in it.
Bruce Harper, good return man, almost midfield for the Jets as Spladany will kick from the end zone. End over end, does not turn over, short kick. Harper at the 45-yard line of the Lions.
This could be a blowout here in a hurry.
To the 36-yard line goes Bruce Harper. Great field position. And the Jets offensive unit comes back out. Richard Todd, number 14 at quarterback. Freeman McNeil, 24. Augustiniak, 35, the setbacks. And Lamb Jones, the great speedster out of the University of Texas, number 80. Wesley Walker, who has already scored twice tonight. The other wide receiver, while the tight end is Jerome Barkham.
Lions are a team in absolute disarray at this moment. They're not kicking well, they're not passing well, they're not running well, and they haven't been defensing this Jets team all night.
And outside of that, they're losing.
First down 10. And Augustiniak did not watch that into his hands.
It's contagious out there. It's contagious.
It'll be second down and 10. There's a youngster that we were all really worried about a year ago when he had a broken rib. I think it was against New England and had some hemorrhaging internally. And he was in rather serious shape.
Certainly was.
Came back to finish the season, however.
It's the dismayed coach of the Lions, Monty Clark.
Second down and 10. Freeman McNeil on the second and 10 call at the 32-yard line. Gain of 3. It'll be third down and 7. Al Baker, who has been handled rather convincingly tonight by Chris Ward, the big left tackle for the Jets. And they've got a pair of tackles. Marvin Powell on the right, number 79, and Chris Ward on the left, number 72.
Abdul Salam smiling at us. Next to him, Marty Lyons and Sims.
He knows he's upset. He knows he should have had those last two.
Passing down, Bruce Harper is in. Single setback, good receiver. Third down and 7. Full blitz on Todd, and down he goes. It was Ray Oldham on the safety blitz. They had one setback. Todd had Harper in the pass pattern. Not enough folks to pick up their folks.
He missed it, though, Frank. I think he had a chance. He just looked the wrong way. But out on the outside is Lamb Jones, and he's out there. He's in the area right where Oldham came from. but he looked to his left first. By the time he got back to the right, there was Ole. Good pressure.
Great opportunity. And the Jets are forced to punt. Robbie Martin has dropped. Chuck Ramsey, very accurate, kicking the ball out of bounds inside the 20. Second in the NFL a year ago doing that.
Not a bad average there, is it?
This time he hangs it high and tries to get his coverage team down under. Fair catch, wisely called for and made by Robbie Martin, because the Jets punting unit was right under that ball. We'll be back in Pontiac in a moment. The punting unit was down there. Fair catch called for by Robbie Martin at the 8-yard line, and Detroit starting deep in their own territory, down 21-3 with 12:30 remaining in the third quarter. Billy Sims. Billy Sims taken there.
Kenny Neal, 77, is having himself a good night. You've seen a lot of him on your screen. He's been in a lot of plays. He has had 2 individual sacks.
Had a superb game last Sunday, Howard, against Green Bay. He gets better every time he plays.
Right.
Plus, he's filling in for one of the best in the league, Joe Klecko. Sims got 4, second down and 6. Ball right at the 13-yard line. Bussey goes to the 15-yard line. Gain of a couple of yards. Crowd not liking that call.
Yeah, that fooled a lot of people, particularly Gastineau.
Gastineau again. He watched him, Don mentioned earlier, in Superstars competition where he really did outstanding. But what surprised me in the 100-yard sprint, well, he didn't win it against the likes of Lofton and Dwight Clark.
He didn't.
He ran about a 10-1.
Wasn't bad.
No. And he does 40 in about 4.56, and he weighs 265.
He does that 7-yard dash really quick.
Sims has an opening.
He does.
Gets the first down. Navigates out close to the 30-yard line. It'll be first and 10 Detroit at the 29-yard line. Jerry Holmes defensively.
I'm always amazed when I see a back run with the ball and pick up 8 or 15, 20 yards, whatever it was. And you know that other backs in the league just can't do this. And it's just that instinctive thing. He just got it. He knows how to run, when to make his cut. Got the most out of that he could.
Over 1,400 yards a year ago for Billy Sims in his second year. Danielson. Should have been had by Mark Nichols. It would have been good for the first down.
It was a beautifully thrown ball.
Let me tell you something. Dorney has come back with renewed strength. He is doing a good job, as good as you can do on Gastineau.
That ball was really well thrown.
That's a well-thrown ball.
He knows it's well thrown, too. That was right on the money. He says, oh, give me a break. Somebody hold on to something out here. Martin knows that, too.
Second down and 10. Gastineau and Dorney, they've been going at it all night. There they are, bottom of your screen. They'll get it on again. Both 260-pounders. Danielson looking for the first down, and he gets to Fred Scott. He has the first at the 43-yard line.
Dorney got him that one.
Well, in front of Bobby Jackson.
Mounting a drive for the first time. And some of those Jets missed opportunities could yet react against them. I'll tell you this, Michaels is a perfectionist, and when he looks at those films, he's going to point out every opportunity blown. He's not happy with the Jets' missed opportunities, period.
And Monty Clark's not even happy.
They've marked it close to the 42. First and 10 Detroit. Bussey just bowling up to the 45-yard line, the all-time Detroit leading ground gainer, who has, in the past couple of years, since the arrival of Sims, been really cut way back in the number of attempts he has the opportunity to try.
There he is.
Michaels, the old, and I might say, superb linebacker of Cleveland.
It's a tough cookie, Frank. You know it. Doesn't hide his feelings.
Second down, 7. Bussey looked to the inside, saw an opening. It was there for about a half a second, and then Salam closed it off. It'll be 3rd down and 7.
That was the whole pregame plan. When they were 0-0 and 3-0, Clark thought he could send his runners up the middle.
Yeah, he did. At least when we spoke with him, he seemed very confident that they had not only a good running game, but possibly a few unusual plays. And I haven't seen them tonight.
3rd and 7. Lions at their 46-yard line. Danielson chased out of there again, and he'll go down. It was Ben Rudolph there first, and then he had a lot of help from his friends.
Right there you saw a quarterback at bay. He's looking deep downfield, long pass. He's got a drive going. He only needs 7 yards for the first down. Should have used one of those quick hitters, 7 to 10 yard zone, you know?
The thing that I saw him do was I thought he left the pocket a little bit too quick. He has been feeling that rush all night, so he got out of there a little bit maybe before he had to.
Bruce Harper is deep for the Jets at the 15-yard line. Tom Sladany to punt. This time it turns over, and it'll take Harper all the way back to the 5.
Good pressure.
And good coverage by the Lions. The flag is down.
Ken Calicut.
Ken Calicut down there for the punting unit.
On the specialty teams, Calicut seems to make 9 out of every 10 tackles.
He's sure down there in a hurry. Old boy out of Clemson.
Can't understand why Harper caught that punt.
Pair of flags down, as a matter of fact, on the field. Once again, our referee tonight, Chuck Heberling.
Should have let it go in, Don.
I don't think he was expecting that big a kick. That thing really took off over his head.
Hey, when that thing turns over, it can often take a bounce back.
Kind of forget where you are out there. He ran back a little bit further than get it.
There's a flag down at the 7-yard line, and there is one up near midfield.
Maybe offsetting penalties.
Monty Clark, who, like Walt Michaels, performed for Paul Brown as a player with the Cleveland Browns. Later, of course, Dallas. Well, we got a pair of them. And a face mask and an illegal use of the hands. I think what they were discussing, when did it happen?
Here's Calicut coming down. Let's just see if we can pick it up. I don't know. No face mask there.
That's Harper.
That looked like a late hit.
It did, didn't it?
During the run back, the ball will be placed at the spot of the dead ball. First down going this way.
Well, Chuck Heberling worked it all out, and the Jets will be deep in their own territory. Jets 21-3, 7:59 remaining in the 3rd quarter, and we'll be back in the Silverdome in just a moment. Penalties after the ball was taken by the punting team. And so the Jets have a 1st and 10, the ball near their own 6-yard line. Richard Todd cooled off somewhat here in the 2nd half.
Very important to keep that whole cohesiveness that they had in that first half together right now, because they missed a couple of field goals we've talked about. Just get them down there and make a big mistake. Turn that thing around.
1st and 10. Dusty Walker split to the left. Lamb Jones to the right. Dwayne Crutchfield, and the big rookie from Iowa State. Gets about a yard, and that's it, as Gary Danielson, who's been scrambling around out there for his life, gets a little bit of a breather on the sidelines.
Looks 5 years older than he did at kickoff.
And there's a lot of time left. Jets once again 3-1 on the season, looking for their 4th win to join in the American Conference. Pittsburgh, Miami, the Raiders, and Cincinnati. They all advanced to 4-1 yesterday. 2nd down and 9. Freeman McNeil piled up again in Detroit, showing a little bit of life after coming out of the locker room here in the 2nd half.
Walt Michaels, fellow with his cap on backwards, the undersized tight end of yesteryear, teammate of Frank Giffords, Joe Walker. He calls all the plays, sending in Gaffney and Lamb Jones. He made some key catches for the Giants in those glory days, but only after Tittle and Connolly first looked for Schaffner, Gifford, Rote, Morrison, Webster, then Morton came in.
Third and long yardage for Richard Todd. The two wide receivers, both on the left side, Lamb Jones, Wesley Walker. Todd, a lot of time from the end zone. Overthrowing Wesley Walker. James Hunter had good position, and Detroit should get good field position, as the Jets will have to punt from their end zone. Chuck Ramsey comes out. Chuck Ramsey's not a long kicker. Very consistent, very good. Kicking it out of bounds.
This half has a different look. This could become very interesting.
Ray Olem is out there at defense now, and Ray's been hurt a little bit, and I think he's making some difference. He's got the experience, and he seems to try to pull some of those younger guys together.
Key blitz earlier in the game.
We had a look at Robbie Martin of Detroit. As the Lions go for it, Robbie Martin awaits the ball at midfield. Slips one tackle, but a host of Jets are there. And Detroit does have good field position near the 48-yard line of the Jets. 6:18 remaining now in the third quarter. And the Lions, with renewed life here in the second half, will be back with more action in a moment. First and 10, the ball at the 48-yard line of the Jets. The Lions down 21-3, but when you possess in your backfield, the versatile Billy Sims. And it looks as though the Lions are coming to life, and perhaps the Jets are sagging. Well, this game certainly is far from over. Thompson will slip to the right, seeing action here in the second half for Detroit. Danielson for Mark Nichols. Hit. A flag is down. It could have been a late hit, however, on Danielson. I'm sure it was.
Holding his elbow, too.
Danielson coming off. He was popped after he delivered the ball. Flag went down, which of course will be assessed on the kickoff if indeed it is a roughing the passer.
It will be. And this is vivid evidence of what happens when a team blows opportunities repeatedly. It catches up to you.
I love it. We got a good ball game going here. These guys haven't done much. Mark Nichols out from the wide side. We mentioned Mark, only a second-year guy from San Jose State. He gets...
Say where he played first, Don. He played at Bakersfield College.
Well, you and your Bakersfield and USC guys, I'm telling you.
Born in Bakersfield and lives there.
He beat Jerry Holmes over there to the inside. Here's the hit. Let's see where it comes from. Wham. Oh, Abdul. That was not a soldier of peace.
Abdul had the head down. He just did not look up. You can see that ball was gone.
Very interesting, isn't it? You could see it happening to the Jets.
Well, let's hope he's not hurt. And I saw him grimace right there. You get something wrong with that old throwing arm, and you're in trouble.
Danielson, he set records for the Lions in the 10th completions and yardage. 1980 as we watch Eddie Murray.
Another boy, Eddie.
Draw the Lions closer. And what looked like it was going to be a rout in the first half might turn into a heck of a football game. The Lions are coming back. The Jet Nielsen has sent Mark Nichols deep. Watch number 74. That's Abdul Salam. He hits Danielson after he releases the ball, and beautiful stride right under that well-thrown ball is Nichols. Penalty assessed. Roughing the passer.
Gary looks
on the kickoff, and the Lions will be kicking the ball from midfield. And dropping for the Jets, Bruce Harper, number 42. Kurt Sohn is back there, number 87.
You know, Frank, when suddenly things aren't going for you, you no longer look awesome and weaknesses show. Jesse Johnson gave Jerry Holmes no help, but Jesse's a substitute for the injured Darrell Ray.
Eddie Murray splits the uprights, kicking from midfield following the penalty.
He said, oh, I was just showing off.
And the Jets will have the ball first and 10 at their own 20. Once again, a reminder, Wide World of Sports on Saturday, the WBC World Super Featherweight Championship, live from Sacramento, California, except in the Sacramento area. And that, of course, will match the champion, Rafael Bazooka Limon, against Bobby Chacon. They fought 4 times. And their standings, 1 win, 1 loss, and 1 draw.
It's a big series for the Jets, I'll tell you.
Crowd has come to life. Todd Augustiniak. And he'll get 4 yards out over the 24-yard line. James Hunter there defensively for Detroit.
I think that was a good call. What you don't want to call something that could go up, go wrong, blow up in your face. Very conservative sort of fake. You're going to pick up a few yards. Try to knock this thing down. The lines are rolling now. And you're here at home. They're going to get a lot of noise in this place if things start going bad.
79,000 have shown up. Only 641 no-shows from what turned into a sellout. 2nd down and 6. Freeman McNeil tries to get outside, and he is smothered after a gain of about a half a yard. Stan White, very strong in that weak side defensively.
Saw more Stan White than we did Johnny Carson on show on TV there for a long time.
Yep. Oh, he had some exposure, didn't he?
Yeah.
Smart kid, lawyer.
Yeah.
Key factor in the Union.
He was on more than Johnny, but not as much as Jerry Falwell, I don't think.
Let's see if the Jets have to give it away here.
3rd down, long 4. Word from the Detroit bench is that Danielson is fine. He'll be back in.
There they come.
Look out.
Blitz. Wayne
Fumble.
Smith. Fumble.
Fumble. Fumble.
How about that?
Let's see, the Lions are saying they've got it. It is Stan White. Touchdown Detroit, but it was Wayne Smith. Blind side on Richard Todd. Jarred it loose.
Ain't it funny?
Has this turned around? Now it's up to the Jets coaching.
Wayne Smith making up for one of those touchdowns thrown on him.
How this team sagged.
Purifoy rumbles inside the 5, and then Stan White was there. Opportunistic as always. Stan White. That's the touchdown.
You're going to see Wayne Smith, number 44, come in. Richard never saw him till right the last. Knocked the ball out. There goes Purifoy.
Now the Jets have to look at their whole season. They've got tough Tampa Bay this Sunday. If they blow this game and look at Michaels, oh boy.
Oh boy, these teams don't like one another. That was nowhere.
Team looked awesome the first half, and then suddenly blew opportunity after opportunity.
It'll be 2nd down, goal to go. And the Jets stiffening.
You knew they were all coming on that play.
Monty Clark might have had a few words to let fly at halftime. He was visibly upset, has been upset over the last 2 losses of Detroit. Sims trying to go high, and I think the Jets have got the ball.
They do.
Billy is not having one of his good nights.
Ken Troy. Billy Sims was going to go over the top as he started up. The ball was knocked loose, and the Lions really needed that touchdown. Cough it up.
He says sometimes it just don't make no sense.
It certainly doesn't.
I don't know if he ever got a good handle. He didn't.
Never had it.
Never got the ball from Danielson. You see that ball bounce around in there. What a
Troy. He comes out of the pile and gets it back out to give Richard Todd a little breathing room. But
you know,
like a Jets runaway has turned into a real dogfight.
Yeah, and had Danielson
it would have been a real dogfight. 3:49 left.
Billy Sims can't be happy. He's dropped a couple of sure passes. Now he's coughed it up on a 2nd down, goal to go from the 1-yard line. Crutchfield.
Good sign from the defense. They didn't let down.
They're going nowhere, the Jets. They're just running plays into the line, and that's not going to get them anywhere. There's Kenny Schroy, who had picked up the fumble.
Had Danielson not tackled him, he could have run that thing back about 95 yards. There was nobody else back there.
Crutchfield got a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
They can't get it out of there.
Well, they're also sitting on an 11-point lead, even though the tide has turned. And they do not want to get too chancy down here.
That's true.
Freeman McNeil, right side, piled up again. Gets a couple of yards. It'll be 3rd and long, about 7.
Lions have put pretty good damper on Freeman tonight. He only has in the area of 40 to 45 yards gained. Unless he breaks a big one, his figures will recede.
They were just throwing so well in the first half. They really used him just to kind of balance that up a little bit. And he picked up that early yardage. Look at those stats, and that'll show you why Freeman McNeil doesn't have a large number of yards rushing tonight.
3rd down, 7. Wesley Walker split to the left. Going there by Jones in the slot, bottom of your screen. Inside handoff, and forget that one. Bruce Harper just pounded there. William Gay. And at the bottom of the pile was Doug English.
Big Doug was the guy that came across and got it. You know, the fabulous first half passing stats for Richard Todd. I'm told he's only thrown for 7 yards in the 3rd quarter. And they only have 2 minutes left to go in that one. So a big turnaround there.
Duck Ramsey kicking again from the end zone. Robbie Martin in midfield. Quick snap. Ramsey, high towering kick. Martin at midfield.
Good move by Martin.
And inside the 45-yard line to the 44.
No question, we've got a ball game now.
For Richard Todd, who was close to 300 yards in the first half. In the 3rd quarter, 7 yards. 1st and 10 Detroit. Good field position. We'll be back. 3rd quarter, the Jets over the Lions, 21-10. The Lions 2-2 in the season. They won the first 2 games of this season. And after the 8 weeks off with the strike, they came back with consecutive losses to Chicago and then the Giants. And they feel, I think, to a man that they need a victory tonight to stay in the runoff to become one of the 8 finalists in the playoffs from the NFC. 1st down and 10, 44-yard line of the Jets, and Danielson back again. Dexter Bussey, nothing but white jerseys, and he gets to the line of scrimmage, taken first by Bobby Jackson. Danielson had just a superb year back in 1980. Started all 16 games, set Lion records for attempts, completions, and yardage. And then a year ago, he broke a bone in his arm, and Eric Hipple replaced him. Hipple did surprisingly well. He was a starter up until tonight. And Monty Clark made the change to Danielson. 2nd down and 10. Danielson, Billy Sims. And Sims gets the first down, spots that marker, and picks up the first inside the 35-yard line. Jerry Holmes defensively for the Jets.
They've now gained 120 yards in this quarter to the Jets' 10.
And this man can himself explode from anywhere on the field to get you back into a football game. Until he arrived, Detroit had not had a winning season since 1972. 1st and 10. Bussey finds a little opening, gets inside the 30 for a gain of about 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Final seconds of the 3rd quarter ticking away. And we will not get another play off. And there it is. The Jets leading 21-10 after the end of 3. We'll return for the 4th quarter action after this from our local stations. We begin the 4th quarter. Frank Gifford, Howard Cosell, Don Meredith. The Detroit Lions have the football. 2nd down, 7. The ball at the 29-yard line of the New York Jets, and the Lions down 21-10. Danielson has Fred Scott out to the left. Bussey, and they missed the reverse, but it bounces right into Bussey's hands. And Bussey gets back to the line of scrimmage. That could have been a turnover, but the ball took a Detroit bounce.
That was one of those new running plays that Monty was telling us about. You bounce it once, come back around.
It's pretty lucky, I'll tell you.
Yeah, but it could lull the defense asleep if they just bounce it once or twice. And they say, well, wait, I don't. Clever to work on plays like that.
Third down, 7. The 3 wide receivers now for Detroit. Scott, Nichols, Leonard Thompson.
Here they
The
go.
blitz, and Danielson gets it out to Sims.
They'll get Bailey make a move.
Sims fighting and getting the first down. Good move by Danielson to even get the ball off, and then Sims fighting through one tackle to get the first down.
That was Darrell Ray. We mentioned he's been hurt a little bit tonight. And this is just a lot of pressure back on Gary. He flips it out. Not the only place he could.
Threw that right under Lance Mel.
There's the move. Just drop back a little bit.
And they are really making mistake upon mistake, the Jets.
21-yard line. First down, 10.
Turnabout all the time in the world for Detroit to come back and win this game.
Here's the man to do it, Billy Sims. Sims bursting inside the 15-yard line, close to the 13.
Now,
Gain of 7.
Looked like he's just sneaking around there, did he? Kind of going low, hiding. Don't want anybody to see him.
now he's chewing up yardage. The coaching pair of the Jets, once again, Walt Michaels to the right, Joe Walton to the left.
It'll be second down and 3.
Jets defense beginning to show signs of fatigue.
Tough hitting football game. Detroit coming out in the second half. Smoke coming out of the rear. Sims once again gets the first down inside the 10-yard line. It'll be first down, goal to go.
Good, tough running.
Oh, he is something.
Ulysses Norris seems to be limping a little bit. Ankles pinching.
Now watch these statistics change from what they were at halftime with the total domination by the Jets to this. Not nearly so dominant.
Detroit on a roll once again. They had the ball after a fumble recovery inside the 1 by Stan White. They had a first down, goal to go. Sims turned it back over. And Detroit prowling once again, trailing 21-10. First down, goal to go. Danielson going for Thompson. Incomplete.
Good play by Holmes right there.
Gary Holmes, all 6'3".
He made a good move, but he didn't see that ball coming. He just reached up and swatted and happened to hit that ball. Let's see if we can see it. Kind of looked like he would have mixed up in the backfield. His back to him. He says, wait a minute. That hand happened to be right there.
Detroit must get a touch.
He is a long, skinny youngster, but I'll tell you one thing. He's a football player. He will hit you.
You got to watch
He'll
those
stay
guys
with you.
with really skinny legs.
Field goal. Keep the Lions 8 points behind. They must get a touch.
Second down, goal to go. 9-yard line. Danielson back again. Over the middle, and it's complete. Sims is a tough man to get down. He smells that goal line, takes it to the 5-yard line, took a pair of Jets to bring him down.
Well,
it'll be third down, goal to go.
That's the point, Frank. Buttle had to have help from Kenny Schroy.
Come on,
Big
come
play
on.
for Danielson.
And what he's saying, get that thing in here in a hurry.
And what Danielson wanted was Ulysses Norris back in at tight end. Dave Hill came in a moment ago when Norris limped off, but Dave Hill is hurt. Has a very sore leg, was not expected to be in the lineup tonight. And now he's out, Norris back in.
It's an interesting stat there. The Jets have not allowed a point in the fourth quarter.
That's it.
And they still have it.
Almost picked off. Danielson tried to squeeze it into Mark Nichols, and it was just about picked off.
I thought that was a certain intercept.
Yeah,
when I
bad
said
throw.
that, said he had thrown it right to 2 white shirts.
Fourth down, here comes Eddie Murray, crowd booing.
Uh-oh. Mel may be hurt a little bit.
Now it looks like he's walking it off.
An apparent field goal attempt. But keep in mind that Eric Hipple is now the backup quarterback. He's the holder. Eddie Murray delivers. And the Lions have been battering the Jets, but they have to settle for 3. They trail 21-13, 11:03 remaining in the game. To kick off, the Lions have to be disappointed. They had a first down goal to go inside the 1. They fumbled that away. They had a first down goal to go at the 5-yard line, or the 9-yard line. And with the 2 first and goals, they come away with 3 points.
So they've blown opportunities, too. And that could catch up with them. What the Jets need, from their point of view, is field position. They haven't had it this half.
Harper and Sohn deep for New York. Eddie Murray slices it, and it'll go out of bounds, and they'll bring it back and kick from the 30.
Sometimes you pay trying to kick it to Sohn instead of Harper. That time they did. They were very successful earlier in keeping it away from Harper.
I would assume that's what he was. It looked like he was trying to kick that top of the ball and make it bounce around down there. That time he just hooked it.
There is Bruce Harper, and 5 years as the principal return man for the Jets. Never a touchdown return, but very safe back there. He doesn't cough it up. Has a career average, a little under 23 yards.
He's been known to cough it up, Frank. Opening kickoff, playoff game against Buffalo last year.
That's what I thought I said. He'll cough it up.
He coughed it up, and
only in playoff games.
Came in for a touchdown.
At Buffalo.
Well, they have an asterisk.
I think what's turned this thing around in the second half may be the line defense has been able to put a little bit of pressure. You mentioned the poor field position. They have not had really good field position, but at least they've come back, played a little bit more cohesively. There were big holes in that, particularly the secondary, that first half. And Richard will be looking for him again, I'm sure, when he gets the ball.
Murray again slices one off, and Kurt Sohn will field it at the 17.
Could be trouble over there.
Kurt Sohn, good return out over the 30, close to the 33-yard line. And the Jets will have some breathing room for the first time in some time.
First time this half, really, except for their opening drive. Then they got the big sack that stopped that, took them out of field goal range. And after that, they died.
Well, let's see if they can come alive right now.
That tells you a lot right there. 6 yards, third.
Well, we have another quarter. And if the Jets settle down, those openings still will be there. On first down. Lots of time for Richard Todd, and there is Lamb Jones. He found that gap in the zone. Gets the first down up close to midfield.
Right. Richard got kind of pushed back on his can a little bit there, but he did just wait. Had plenty of time to throw this. Lamb, as fast as he is, still took a little time to get down there, about 25 yards. Good pressure.
They were both Lamb Jones and Wesley Walker can do. They can run that deep route awfully well, but with that tremendous speed, they can take just an ordinary turn in so deep upfield.
They can. They give him room, don't they? That was Bill Gay that put the pressure on Richard the last time.
Todd now over 300 yards. First down near midfield. Todd again. It's it to McNeil. And Freeman McNeil down the sidelines, and he is going to pick up another first down. They're very close to it. Might just be inches short.
He really spun very well there. Away from the tackles, keeping his balance. Okay, major trade today. Connie Lansford led the American League in batting 2 years ago. Gary Hancock and a player to be named to the Oakland A's for Tony Armas and Jeff Newman. Armas should hit a lot of home runs in Boston with the Green Monster.
Mickey Schuler tied in now for the Jets, number 82. Good blocker, a fine pair of hands. Freeman McNeil ducks one Detroit line, gets the first down. He's at the 37-yard line. And the Jets have got it back in gear. I think they all felt their wheels were coming off in the third quarter. But Detroit, with those 2 first down and goals, could only put up 3 points.
Kind of sense the letdown in the crowd, too. This is the first crowd we've had since we've been back. Well, they seem to be in this ball game.
First and 10. Walker is split to the left. Barkham in the wingback spot. Barkham is wide open, but a flag's down, and Todd hung it up there, left it up, and Bobby Watkins, a rookie from Southwest Texas State, picked it off, but again, a flag is
That'll be holding. They should decline the penalty and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
So Detroit gets the interception. Holding against the Jets.
Holding offense number 72 will be declined.
Chris
First
Ward
down.
working against Al Baker. Chris Ward, number 72.
First time today. Chris is notable for holding, at least in the minds of officials around the league.
And Todd had the time. We said a little earlier it could have been 6, but Detroit has the ball back. Lions, Bobby Watkins, a 5th man in their nickel defense, coming up with the interception. The Jets holding. Penalty decline. 1st and 10 Detroit. They trail 21-13. 9:08 remaining in the game. They have the ball at their own 15-yard line. Danielson going for Norris.
Yeah.
And what did they call?
What did they call?
Darrell Ray has the football. Norris was pounded.
He's calling it a fumble.
And the Jets are saying they have the football.
Well, why couldn't he pick it up and run, I wonder?
I think that's exactly what Darrell Ray is trying to get the word on. Norris was really hit. Gave up the football.
Quick whistle.
Ken Schroy and Stan Blinka both colliding with Ulysses Norris. Chuck Heberly, give us the word.
We have a completed pass and a fumble recovered by the White. First down.
I don't get it.
Look at it from the other side, and you'll see Blinka and Troy put a hit on Norris.
Start off,
and Darrell Ray come up with it.
He had good time to throw that time. The ball is into Ulysses.
There's Troy. There's Blinka.
Now, if he fumbles
loose,
why can't he run with it?
he most certainly should be able to run with it.
I don't get it.
1st and 10, the Jets. 45-yard line of Detroit. Augustiniak.
That play's worked well for him tonight, hasn't it?
That's a little leak in the flat.
That's right. They're going out there where those linebackers leave from. The linebacker starts dropping too fast. Send that back out right there, and there it is.
That's a patented Joe Walton thing. Dump off.
Well, sometimes it's not bad.
And it picks up the first down at the 34-yard line.
Nobody there. You see him coming back a little bit too late. He's got too much room to run.
Augustiniak does it well, too. He stays in there if the linebacker doesn't blitz. He just stays in there until the linebacker drops deep into his fast defense, and then he's wide open. Augustiniak again.
Right up the middle. Look at him run.
Augustiniak inside the 20 to the 17. Bobby Watkins takes him there.
Now, you just see these two plays, you wonder, now this is the Jet team we saw in the middle. There's a quick little trap over on the inside. Good move in the middle. Came back out right up. Stan Waldemore was the guy that sprung him, number 70. Little trap there, and Augustiniak came right. Oh, Augie got him. Roll, Augie, roll.
He's playing some game for a guy who couldn't get a job a couple of years ago.
1st and 10. Ball near the 17-yard line.
Nobody there.
Augustiniak this time runs right into Big Doug English, number 78.
If I was Augie, I'd say, wait a minute, Richard. Would you send word back to the bench that tell him McNeil is also in his backfield? I've run this thing 3 times in a row. Give me a break.
English just took Joe Fields, spun him right into the ball carrier, and then took Augustiniak with him.
Doug's been playing well tonight, Frank. He's
Yes, he has.
moving around in there, closing some holes.
And Dorney's done a good job on Gastineau in the second half.
2nd down, 12. Freeman McNeil stays in. Tom Newton comes in. Number 44 as a setback for the Jets. We'll watch it from the end zone. Here comes the pass rush.
Nobody
And it's
there.
wide open. Wesley Walker. They had the blitz on. It was man-to-man, but somebody blew the coverage on Walker. He gets his 3rd touchdown of the night.
And the blitz was beautifully picked up.
It was.
That was the key to it.
James Hunter had to think, man, don't I have any help back here? Wide open.
Look at this move.
Now, Hunter's just sitting in there.
He was fascinated by the blitz.
What these guys run and jump?
Good pickup. Sign of good coaching. You pick up all those blitz men. If you don't, Todd would have been on his back. And Walker has tied a Jets record of 3 touchdowns in a single game. All from the arm of Richard Todd. We'll be back in a moment. Had a Jets record tonight, becoming one of 8 Jets players to have scored 3 touchdowns in a single game, and this one is an over. 6:45 remaining. Pat Leahy, the kickoff. Robbie Martin is dropped along with Rick Kane for Detroit. This will be Rick Kane. And Kane over the 25 to the 27-yard line, and Detroit now trailing 28-13. A rather large assignment ahead.
I would say what? I'd say large.
Augustiniak has got an ice pack there on his right wrist.
Built like a bow.
Doesn't seem to be bothering too much. Tough.
Wrist troubled him a little coming into this game. Probably been inflamed a little more.
27-yard line now for Detroit. First down and 10. Danielson almost picked off by Blinka. Intended for Leonard Thompson.
It's a good move by Blake at that time to make a turn. He was going back to his right. You see him kind of turn and twist in the middle. Somewhat of a slow drop. See the top of your screen right there to the left. Ball's thrown in pretty good position. He turned around, saw he couldn't intercept it, just batted it down.
Second down, 10. Horace King, number 25, and Rick Kane come in for Detroit. As Billy Sims will catch a breather, and it might give you an idea of what Monty Clark thinks the condition of this game is in. He takes Billy Sims out. Puts the ball behind Rick Kane, incomplete. It'll be third down and 10.
Well, your friend old Mo has really gone around again. Full circle.
Mo's been busy tonight. Opened up with the Jets, hung around the first half with them, came back, joined Detroit. It looked like Detroit was going to blow the Jets away in the third quarter. And now the Jets have scored again to lead 28-13, 6:26 remaining in the game. Third down 10, 27-yard line of Detroit. Danielson throws the ball high to Mark Nichols, and I'm not so sure how high Nichols wanted to go for that.
I'll tell you, there's one thing I've noticed. Number one, the wide receivers in particular, they haven't gotten open that much, and they've dropped so many passes, and this is so discouraging. You get a drive going, and here's all of a sudden you put the ball there as well as you can, and it's not even close. So that's happened. I'd like to know how many times they have dropped balls tonight. It has to be 8 or 10.
Skladany on. Bruce Harper has dropped for the Jets. Beautiful punt by Skladany. Takes Harper all the way back inside his 25-yard line. And Harper with a nice return up to the 37-yard line, where it'll be first and 10. Richard Todd picking up a final word. And we'll be back at the Silverdome in a moment. Injuries for the Jets. Donnie Lamb-Jones has a sprained ankle. We understand he will not be back. Mike Augustiniak, sprained right wrist. You saw that a moment ago. He will not be back. Crowd starting to disperse here at the Silverdome as the Jets have a lead of 28-13, 6:08 remaining in the game. Bobby Jones in at one wide receiver now for the Jets, number 89. Freeman McNeil trying to find an opening on the left side. Whacked at the line of scrimmage. Maybe squeezed out a yard. The Jets looking to become 4-1, along with Pittsburgh, Miami, the LA Raiders. San Diego and Buffalo are 3-2 in the American Conference. Seattle, Cleveland, New England, 2-5. Of course, the playoffs begin with 8 teams from each conference, January the 8th.
Well, if you're 4-1, it's going to be pretty hard to miss the playoffs.
Yeah, I think one of the teams certainly you'd expect to see in the playoffs, too. They're a good football team.
Second down and about 9. Todd steps back up, finds nobody.
Fire ball.
Whistle blown. Dave Purifoy was in there first defensively for the Lions. I'd like to remind you, tomorrow on ABC's World News Tonight, video games for school profit. Quarters for Pac-Man are paying for scholarships, and the student lounge of San Jose High School in San Jose will be excitement, play havoc with the child's learning. That's tomorrow on ABC's World News Tonight.
I want to check that.
Third down and about 12. Loss of 3 on the sack.
That's not the bench for the guys that are ahead.
Bruce Harper. Lots of problems in the form of Jimmy Williams, the rookie linebacker out of Nebraska.
And they will just throw another flag down there, too. It's gotten sloppy. Very sloppy. Had a little surge of adrenaline pumping there that for opening minutes of the second half.
Yeah.
It looked like Detroit was going to get back in this thing. It went away.
First half, the Jets looked positively awesome.
Holding offense, number 60, declined, fourth down.
Dan Alexander holding. Detroit wants the football back. They decline it. And out comes Chuck Ramsey, and Robbie Martin drops for Detroit. Todd on the night, 22 of 31, 351 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception.
The Jets went into a little mental lapse there. There's no reason for them to. They just kind of went flat. They could have moved this ball, championship for them, but they didn't. Turnover.
Ramsey hangs it up, and it does not turn over. And it takes a very definite Detroit bounce and is picked up there by Bob Craven. First down, Detroit, 39-yard line.
They're going to do it. They better do it in a hurry.
28-yard punt. Next Sunday, Detroit will be at Green Bay. Then they close out their season against Minnesota and Tampa Bay with their extra game, January the 2nd, to be the Green Bay Packers.
That's no easy task, playing that Packer team twice.
Packers with Dallas and Washington tied atop the National Conference with 4-1 records. On first and 10, Danielson fires over the middle and is complete to Rick Kane out of the backfield, and Rick Kane is up to midfield for the first down. Greg Buttle made the stop.
To study the Detroit statistics thus far this year, their principal receivers are backs coming out of the backfield.
Danielson.
How do you like that?
I'm sick and tired of that.
Yeah. Incomplete.
That's unbelievable. Can you imagine how frustrated he must be? And he must be.
Leonard Thompson had it right in his hands.
I don't think he used his hands. He bounced it off his stomach. Watch this. Womp.
Second down and 10.
You know, you got to feel sorry for Danielson. His statistics would be respectable with any kind of receiving.
It'd be terrific. And it's his first game back, and it's they have Tennessee only look at the bottom line, and they're losing.
On second and 10, Danielson out of the pocket. It's downfield. This one is picked off.
And he found somebody.
Bobby Jackson. Jackson with the interception and brings it back out to the 27-yard line.
Well, after a while, you just look out there and say, who can catch this ball? And the Jets are doing a better job than the Lions tonight. So throw it to them.
Once again, a reminder, Saturday, Wide World of Sports, the WBC World Super Featherweight Championship. The champion, Rafael Bazooka Limon, facing Bobby Chacon for the title. Fourth time these fighters have met. There have been some brawls. That's ABC's Wide World of Sports, 5 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Central Time. The WBC World Super Featherweight Championship. Bazooka Limon against Bobby Chacon.
And next Monday, we'll be in Houston. We'll have some fun down there. That'll be a
Texas
good ball
State
game.
Championship.
Yeah, they'll get it
all
home.
of pro football.
They'll get it at home.
Wayne Crutchfield.
Got a fumble.
Bobbles the ball, and I think the Jets get it back. Crutchfield. Gain 3, perhaps 4. Gets the football back. And they'll mark it inside the 36-yard line. It'll be second down and 7.
Danielson on the bench, disconsolate, but he really shouldn't be, not in a personal sense.
Walt Michaels, good things ahead. Very solid football team, both offensively and defensively. Scott Durkee working on the clock. It's a yard, perhaps a yard and a half. It'll be third down and 5. Jets next Sunday, as Howard mentioned earlier, have Tampa Bay at Shea Stadium. That's not going to be an easy one.
No way.
You better not have the kind of lapses that they've had here this evening. And their other opponents, Miami, Minnesota in their 9th game, the added one against the Kansas City Chiefs at Kansas City. Lions take a timeout. Lions have 2 remaining. The Jets have a 3rd down and 5, and Richard Todd will move over to the Jets bench. Todd with an explosive first half that really hurt Detroit, but Detroit again had that opportunity with 2 first and goals in the 3rd quarter, and they could only capitalize for 3 points.
You really did get the feeling in that first half that they could almost score it well. I've never seen receivers as wide open as some of his receivers were. Missed a couple of field goals. Could have put it really out. Well, they could have even scored on one of those drives. Wouldn't have kicked that field goal.
While they talk it over, let's pause 5 seconds and allow our stations all around the country identify themselves.
Channel 10, WPLG TV Miami.
Richard Todd on the night. All right. All 3 of those touchdowns, of course, to Wesley Walker.
Not too shabby a night.
Not at all. 351. That's a good total yardage.
Looked like it might be 500 at one point.
Yeah, that was when I was doing my add-twos and takeaways. That was good. I figured it out. 125 the first quarter equals that.
Detroit apparently heading toward their 3rd consecutive loss since football was resumed.
I'm not surprised. They've had more, I think, turmoil on this club than some of the others concerning the strike.
3rd down 5. Todd, Gaffney, and dual possession. It's the offensive man, but I think Gaffney has it.
Oh, he had it all the way. This Smith has had such a tough night tonight. They're beating him to death. He looked, saw he was beat, didn't even go for the ball.
Todd may get to 400 yet.
Double coverage, short zone. All Smith's got's the deep zone back there, and Gaffney runs right by him.
Smith trying to get deep.
Yeah, you just turned him every which way but loose.
And the first down is at the 33-yard line. And this time the Lions will not stop it with a timeout.
Yeah, made him mad. I wouldn't stop it either.
Jets leading 28-13. Keep in mind, points count very heavily in any kind of a tiebreaker. Movement, you saw it. Flag flies. And I'll tell you, with 8 teams each going into the playoffs in each conference, we're going to need some tie-breaking rules. Here's the call.
Ball start, number 61, offense, first down.
John Roman, ball start.
More than likely, I wouldn't have to mention this, but I'm going to. This telecast is presented by the authority of the National Football League. It's intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast doesn't express written consent of the National Football League's privileges.
On first down 15, that was Crutchfield.
I need more time for that, man. I mean, that's not fair. I had to rush it all the way through. I really should. That's very important.
Well, we got the 2-minute warning. That'll give you time to, relax.
Well, we usually go away. Okay, I'd like to do it after this message, so please don't go away. Come right back. I'd like to read you a disclaimer because I read it so well.
Goal line, but is pulled back by a player whose feet are within the field to play. And the ball is down by a cowboy at the 2. Now, you make the call. Where do you spot the ball? Did you make? As long as a player's feet are within the field to play, he can reach over the line for the ball. Spot the ball at the 2.
Second down 13.
This telecast is presented by the authority of the National Football League. Now, its intent is for the private use of our audience. So any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the expressed written consent of the National Football League is prohibited. See there? That was much better.
Scott Durking, right side. Gain of about a yard. It'll be third down. About 12 yards. And Detroit uses one more timeout. You know, Todd moves over to the sidelines.
Marty Lyons, close up. You know, Frank, if Todd threw for 25 more yards, he'd set the league record for yardage this season.
You know, I didn't know that.
I heard that just a moment
I know.
ago.
I figured you did.
Yeah.
This ABC Sports exclusive has been brought to you by Datsun, who invites you to test drive the exciting new Nissan Pulsar NX at your Datsun dealers. And by Miller High Life, the best beer for the best time of the day. Welcome to Miller time.
Walton's got his cap on. Front.
Executive producer of ABC Sports is Roone Arledge. ABC's NFL Monday Night Football produced tonight by Chet Forty, who ordinarily does the directing. Bobby Goodrich, our regular producer, home with hopefully a slight bout of pneumonia.
He'll be better.
We were directed tonight by Craig Janoff, technical director Joe Chavo, associate director Jack Graham, our technical manager Coach Coltrane, unit manager Lynn Nathan, our telecommunications manager Frank Adamo, assistants to the producer John McGinnis and Kim Belton. Third down, 13. Lions have one timeout remaining with which to stop the clock. And they're down 28-13 with 1:52 on the clock. This is Marion Barber, first-year man out of Minnesota. Second-round draft pick a year ago. Was on the injured reserve. And we've got a fourth down. Final timeout taken by the Lions. Pitcher Todd exhausting himself over there with Joe Walton and Walt Michaels.
Doesn't appear they're going to bring in Leahy for a field goal attempt either. They're going to look like they may run this fourth down.
So in the American Conference, the standings after 5 games played with 4 remaining, it's going to be the Jets, the Steelers, the Dolphins, the Raiders, and the Bengals. All at 4-1. San Diego and Buffalo 3-2. Seattle, Cleveland, New England 2-5. Once again, 8 teams from each conference will move to the playoff. It will be made up, of course, of 16 teams. They'll start play the weekend of January the 8th. They'll continue through the 15th and 16th with the conference championships January 22nd and 23rd, and of course the Super Bowl in Pasadena January 30th. Fourth down, Lions have no more timeouts. Chuck Ramsey in to punt. Robbie Martin is there. And there will be a delay of game call as the Jets just let the 30-second clock wind down.
Delay the game, number 15, offense.
This thing is really disintegrated. By the way, in your reading of the credits, Frank, may I add one further name? Steve Hurt, who does such a good job for us, producing statistics.
He does. He's got that computer humming.
More than that, he has ideas.
Now, that could be dangerous. You hold down those ideas over there, Steve.
Chuck Ramsey, good out-of-bounds kicker.
Normally
looking for one right here. Fair catch called for, however, by Robbie Martin at the 10-yard line, and Detroit has the football back. They have no timeouts, and they trail 28-13. Detroit will fall to 2-3, and they will join Chicago, Minnesota, the Giants, San Francisco, and Tampa Bay. Still a possibility of getting into the playoffs, but at the moment, Dallas, Green Bay, Washington, they're 4-1. New Orleans, St. Louis, Atlanta 3-2.
Well, clearly, 5 teams in the AFC are in perfectly fine position. 4-1. Then Buffalo and San Diego at 3-2. That makes 7, and then it's a mad scramble for the remaining berth.
First down and 10, 10-yard line, and there had to be movement because all 4 Jets win at once.
Meantime, why don't we take a look, Frank, at the NFC standings. Dallas, Green Bay, Washington, superbly positioned. Dallas, of course, going against Houston next Monday night. Atlanta, New Orleans, St. Louis, which has been a surprise team, St. Louis, along with New Orleans. And after that, a scramble.
kind of surprised to see Philadelphia down there bringing up the end. That's been a surprise, I think, just as much in the other way.
I think Dick Vermeil's surprised.
Well, they got a shot from the Cardinals yesterday. 5-yard penalty against Detroit, and we are going to be very close to a safety, but I think Danielson was able to navigate out of the end zone. Yep, they mark it inside the 1. Clock continues to roll. And since Detroit looks like they're going to put it in the air, we might come up with a safety. Danielson. Incomplete. Rick Kane knocks down another one.
To the very end.
Got to put some of these people on defense.
You know, he's just steaming inside. He thought he had his offense going pretty well. Talking about Monty Clark. He can't be happy tonight.
That's what we're looking forward to, hopefully with you.
Not the worst schedule in the world. Atlanta, 9 should be a good one. Cincinnati, San Diego, terrific. Buffalo, Miami, always a hotly contested game, bitter rivalry. And then Cowboys against the Vikes. On a clear day, Tommy Kramer can see forever.
Third down, a flag is down. Danielson hangs one up looking for a flag. But he gets an interception. But again, a flag is down, line of scrimmage. Bobby Jackson comes down with the football for the Jets. Flag was picked up by the head linesman, so I would assume the penalty is against Detroit. And the interception will stand.
Illegal motion, offense. It'll be declined. First down.
Danielson comes off and can hold his head up. Had just a few of the passes that he hit the receivers with been caught tonight, his numbers would not have been all that bad, and he was under constant harassment. Jets, of course, last year's NFL leader in quarterback sacks with 66. They miss Joe Flacco, but they have been getting sterling performance out of Kenny Neal, who has filled in. No more timeouts for Detroit. Jets can run it out easily. Richard Todd drops the one knee. Somebody puts the hand on his back. The clock continues to roll. Thanks once again to our stats man, Jerry Rucco, and our spotter, Steve Bazika. So the Jets will miss games with Baltimore, Houston, Denver, twice with Buffalo, Kansas City, and Pittsburgh, and New England during the strike. Take on Tampa Bay next Sunday at Shea Stadium, while the Lions try to get it back together against Green Bay. This will be the last play of the game. And now the Jets can just let it tick off. And they're going to win this one 28-13.
And Monty Clark is ticked off.
He was ticked off earlier. We talked with him today. And, of course, they have been abusing the Lions rather severely, and they continue to. What remains of this crowd of nearly 80,000. We'll be returning to the Silverdome in just one moment. And the final score from the Silverdome in Pontiac, Michigan, 28-13. The Jets over the Detroit Lions. Remember, stay tuned for ABC News Nightline after your local news, 11:30 on the West Coast. Over most of these ABC stations, travel arrangements made through, and a promotional fee paid by United Airlines. United flies more people to Hawaii than any other airline. That's what friendly skies are all about. This has been a presentation of ABC Sports, recognized around the world as the leader in sports television. We'll see you next Monday night from Houston with the Oilers and Cowboys.